Well, today's the 24th of January, it's 2025, and I'm on my own again, but Anita's due back tomorrow. She just sent me a video from Lee on the Solent where she is at the moment, and it doesn't look too nice. I'll show you that right now.
Well, it's Friday morning and it's my last day here, and as you can see we have rather a dramatic angry sea here.
Well, over the past few days she's been sending me videos, and it's been very windy, it's been raining, it's been grey. Well, pretty much not like Mallorca at the moment. Mallorca is looking really beautiful. Temperatures have become quite mild again. Temperatures, the maximum apparently yesterday somewhere on the island was 24 degrees. It was 22 on our terrace in the shade, so really pleasant. But I've come down to Costa Calma, and well, there's a few little waves coming up. The sea's very clear. The horizon is crisp, as it has been for the last couple of days. Although earlier on today, I'm just going to go up to the path. It was actually foggy. There was a fog that came in, and I'm sure that's due to the high temperatures that we were having yesterday. Meeting some cold air, some damp, humid air, meeting some cold air, and then fog. Anyway, that's all cleared, and it's super clear. A bit of a breeze, nothing as much as there has been recently. No boats out there at the moment. All very quiet. And this little path here, just next to Santa Ponsa, so just over the hill on that side there, that's Santa Ponsa. And I'm walking, I suppose, in the direction of Baleares really, but we never actually get there. There are some steps which take you up to the houses there. It's a very urbanised area. It's a nice little path. It's a bit up and down, but it just gives you these magnificent views, and if you just want somewhere to go and just enjoy the views, just relax, this is one for us. Anita's sent me a shopping list, so it's going to be a fairly short walk, and then I'll go and do the shopping. And I better get the house ready for her when she comes back. She's got the same journey I had, which is early in the morning, flights from Gatwick. She's actually flying from the south terminal, not the north terminal, so she doesn't have that issue. But it is an early flight, so she's going to be setting off later on this afternoon, getting the train. That will take her into the airport, and then she's going to be stopping at the Block Hotel, which is where I was last week. Worked very well, really happy with it. I don't suppose I was actually in the room for very long, about 5 hours I reckon. But Anita's got a slightly earlier train, and she's also got a slightly later flight. I was flying with EasyJet, which was from the North Terminal, which is why I had to change terminals. Anita's flying with British Airways, and that one's out of the South Terminal. A few people enjoying the sun. This is a little beach bar we sometimes come to. This is a lovely spot to come in the evenings as well. When the bar's open, the parasols will be out, the chairs, the beach beds and all that sort of thing be on the rocks there. And it's just a nice place to come for a drink and just watch the sunset. The beach bar's not open at the moment. There is, I keep saying beach, but there is no beach here. It's a very rocky area. Little rock pools there, just full of water, which will evaporate and leave lovely salt crystals. And it's just a nice walk along, listening to the waves crashing against the rocks. And the sun on my back feels lovely. Go up again and down. Sea's looking a lovely colour too. The blue skies, turquoise seas. Some benches as well along here. You can sit and just enjoy the views. This is a very steep part. And then just beyond that next little peninsula, go around there to Baleares. Houses precariously perched upon the hillside over there. There's a little bench. This one's in the shade here, but I guess in the evening you can sit there and gaze over to watch the sun go down over the hills. Little beach here with again mountains of seaweed which are washed up. And there has been in the press a little bit of concern that there's an invasive seaweed that's not actually got to Mallorca yet, but they're concerned about it getting here. I think it's somewhere on the mainland, it's in the Mediterranean, and I think it's probably inevitable that it will eventually spread to here. And the problem with it is that it spreads quite rapidly. And once it's spread, it changes the environment for the species of fish and other seabed creatures, and change their habitats and perhaps not be so good for them. So they're looking at ways of trying to prevent that. I think they might be doing a King Canute. This seaweed does to some extent protect the beaches. It will either get washed away or taken away later on. Hola, buenas. Hola. I was also reading that there's a bit of concern by the hoteliers in the Campica Fort area, I was saying that the sand's all gone. We've had some storms up there, and the sand seems to have been taken from the beach, which again is just a very natural phenomenon. But obviously concerning for the hoteliers who sell their hotels as beach hotels, and if there's no sandy beach, not good for business. The sand apparently has been dumped a little bit further along the coast in Alcudia, where they seem to have more sand than they normally do. So they want the authorities to take some action and regenerate the beach a little bit in Camp Pickerfort. And that of course has happened here in the Calvia area. Palma Nova really didn't have much in the way of beaches when we first came to the island. Certainly no big sandy expanses that there are now, and they were created Portals Naus when they built the port there. They pumped sand onto the pebbles and created a big wide sandy beach that we have today. So it does have a precedence. Here, never really had sand as far as I know, but this area I wonder why, because it could have sand on it. I guess it would have to be put there artificially. But maybe one of the charms of this area is the fact that it doesn't have a sandy beach and it does have this rocky coast, and they have concreted over it over there, which in other parts of the island that's been frowned upon, particularly in Bendinat, near to the Bendinat Hotel. The Bendinat Hotel concreted over some of the sharp rocks like they have here, and the locals there were in uproar, but it does make it a lot easier and a lot more comfortable to walk on those rocks, and makes it more accessible to everyone. Concrete, you end up getting this down here. Look, this is what could happen. That's a big slab of concrete that's broken away and fallen down. Nature will take its path, and it will get broken up further and get washed away eventually, but it takes years. So we've got the rocky base there, and then where I'm standing now is actually quite soft, sandy soil. And that's quite easily eroded, as you can see in that over there. I've read again in the paper today that February, which is only a week away now, I suppose, there's about 30% of the hotels are supposed to be open here in Mallorca. Not sure where those hotels are, and I went to another newspaper and they were talking about March being 50% of the hotels open. So they really are trying now a little bit harder, I think, to extend the holiday season, and it's good for everyone. If people come a little bit out of season, maybe less will come in the high season, and that will make it a little bit more comfortable, because you turn over the page and you look at another page and they're already planning protests against the mass tourism. So I don't think anybody wants to see that. They want to see a response by the government, who are very much promoting sustainable tourism. So much so, they're planning to spend €1 billion on it. Try and find out where that €1 billion is going. Sounds an awful lot of money on a small island, which is getting a great publicity from Joanna Lumley. I believe that episode 3 is out. And I think they do talk in that about the seaweed. I haven't watched it yet to find out, but I saw it advertised and they were talking about that. Also talking to Mark Foch, who's our Michelin star English chef on the island. I've met him a couple of times where he's been the chef at private parties. How about that? Going to a party where you've got a Michelin star chef doing the cooking for you. It's the sort of island Mallorca is. Still hear the work going on. That will go on, I'm sure, right up until the season starts, and then hopefully quieten down. We used to have laws here that said that during the high season, which I'm guessing is May to September, they couldn't do any big construction work and everything had to be quiet. Well, with COVID, all of that changed, and it hasn't really reverted back to the old rules yet, or doesn't appear to have done to me. Well, I'm almost back to where I started. A little walk today. It gets me out of the house, and now I can go shopping. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little walk in Costa la Calma. I'm going off and do the shopping now and wait for Anita to arrive tomorrow. So I guess I'll be doing a video at the airport to see how that's looking a week later. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye for now.